Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Number one. Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Housing Development Progress. In Nigeria. Housing Development Progress. In Africa. Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
Hello and welcome to Housing Development, your trusted source for stories shaping the housing and construction sector in Nigeria and across Africa. As always, I am Flora, your housing diva, and today we'll turn our focus to urban realities, from the recent demolition of buildings in Festac Town, Lagos State, to the policies that could reshape Nigeria's housing sector and the plight of low-income dwellers in Durumi, Abuja. I'll also take you to Kugbo Market for our weekly market watch to see how the cost of building materials is moving this week. But first, let's begin with the trending news and housing and construction sector.
The African Union of Housing Finance (AUHF) has urged African governments to adopt blended finance combining public, private and philanthropic capital as a key strategy to close the continent's growing housing gap. Speaking at the AUHF conference in Kenya, the group's chairman and NMRC managing director, Mr. 𝐌𝐚𝐢𝐧 𝐅𝐨𝐜𝐿, said Africa's urban population is set to triple by 2050, calling for urgent action to prevent worsening housing shortages. He noted that government should shift from being direct housing providers to market enablers that attract private investment. He added that properly structured financing can reduce risks, lower interest rates, and expand access to affordable housing. The roundtable, supported by UN Habitat and the African Development Bank, brought together officials from Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe to share innovative housing solutions. Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State has approved a 50% reduction in the cost of obtaining certificate of occupancy, CFO, and other land documents to encourage property ownership and investment. The Enugu State Geographic Information System (ENGIS) announced that the discount, effective from October 15 to November 29, 2025, gives landowners a 45-day window to regularize property titles at half the usual cost. ENGI's managing director, Chiwetalu Nwantu, said the initiative aligns with Governor Mbah's reform agenda to make land documentation more affordable, transparent, and technology-driven. Applications for land titles are now processed within 48 to 72 hours through digital system. He added that the policy would boost compliance, curb revenue leakages, and build investor confidence while supporting low-income property owners. The move complements earlier reforms, including a proposed law to cap agency and legal fees in the rental market, as part of efforts to improve affordability and ease of doing business in the state. Professor Emmanuel Ojo of the University of Ilorin has urged the repeal of the Land Use Act to allow communities benefit directly from natural resources in their areas. Delivering the university's 291st inaugural lecture titled The Worship of an Unknown Deity, Ojo said the current law unfairly centralizes control of mineral wealth, describing it as one that robs Peter to pay Paul. He proposed that while royalties from solid minerals could go to the federal government, states should manage the resources within their boundaries. The professor also called for the revival of local governments, fairer revenue sharing, and full citizenship rights for residents who have lived in a state for at least 10 years. Ojo further urged the federal government to reform the federal character principle and initiate a new people-driven constitution, saying the existing one, imposed by the military, cannot deliver genuine federalism. To read the full details of the news, visit www.africahousingnews.com.
Those are the top stories making waves this week, and that brings us to our top story for the day. The demolition exercise in Festac Town, Lagos State, which has raised strong reactions from both residents and authorities.
The recent demolition of buildings along 6th Avenue in Festac Town, Lagos, Nigeria, has sparked significant attention and controversy among residents and local authorities. The demolitions took place on October 11th and 12th, 2025. The Federal Housing Authority (FHA) has been identified as the primary agency behind these actions. Are certain that affected individuals received prior notices approximately a year ago due to insufficient permits. Prince Lanre Sanusi, chairman of Amuwo Dolphin local government, has denied any local government involvement, emphasizing that the FHA undertook the operation independently. He urged the FHA to improve communication with local authorities before proceeding with any further demolitions. Residents and traders have expressed disbelief and frustration, claiming that the demolitions were conducted without adequate warning or thorough justification. Many are left questioning the motives behind the actions, and the process followed. Housing TV Africa was on site to capture the aftermath of these controversial demolitions, illustrating the immediate impact on the community.
We hear about demolition of inside here. I have a brother building inside here self. Abulado, you understand? The guys say when they are building the house self, some people don't even come. Some people come collect from local government, Nigeria we are into. Some people don't even come, collect some revenue, collect some money for them. Say this one are building, this one is for building, this one is for this one is for this. The same government see come demolish the house. I don't understand whether this Nigeria is this Lagos is another country. Some policy in Lagos self, you go to ask yourself whether this policy don't be this Lagos. This Lagos is another country. I mean this Lagos don't be Nigeria. So this some things when I see some things, it always make me mad. So we should look after this country, know what is going on.
The building, they have demolished many buildings here. You understand? This thing normally happens towards end of the year, like towards October, November to December. These people normally came that they are FHA, the Federal Housing Authority. You understand? And they are having issue with the Omonile. The Omonile said they are the owner of the land. FHA now said they are the owner of the land. And they said there is case in the court that they have not given them order to come and demolish. You understand? So just let me say like 2 weeks ago, we just saw them here very early in the morning, people sleeping in their house. They just came and then started demolition without even packing their property. Some of them, their properties are left out there. You can see there. You understand? So we don't know exactly what is happening here.
This house where they break the thing affects us very well because all of our customers they stay there. Now then they buy market for our they say we they see money chop. Now as they don't break this house, everybody don't scatter, they don't go another place. We know they see there again. So I never say if they don't buy market, they go back 10,000 market once. So I never say they buy market 15,000, 20,000. But now they don't scatter there. Now God says state one person inside the house, the day when they call scatter this house. Now we go help us carry in low because the woman they cry, nobody, husband no there, husband don't travel, nobody to help her. I get small baby before, and now we go help her, go park in low that day. Now God save her. As they don't scatter this house, market no day. Sometimes in the morning they sell 20,000 for us. As they don't scatter this house, no they sell 5,000 naira in a day for this morning again because at the end they help us.
No, everybody should tell me official work. They work Saturday and Sunday, but they come here on Saturday. Last time 3 years ago they break our house. It's Saturday they come. They don't come on Friday. They come on Saturday. This one the same thing. They come on Saturday and Sunday. Now in their machine can't sink for that place.
Nah, this destruction of 18, it really affects us. So. See me and my children like this. No, we don't get any place again like this. Now outside we dey. If not the help of all these Bako people. Now they help us. If not the outside. See me, see my children. More na pity us now, I beg, more na pity us, more na stop all this destruction. Because being like this, it affects me with my 2 children. No, like this, no hope. Na only on God, I beg. We use God beg una, I beg. More na pity us. See me, see them. See as I be like mad person. I beg, more na temper mercy with justice, biko.
From the capital city of Nigeria to homes across the continent, one station stands tall as the voice of Africa's housing industry. This is Housing TV Africa, the home of credible news, powerful stories, and the latest in property and construction. With world-class studios, cutting-edge technology, and a team of trusted professionals, we deliver excellence in every broadcast, connecting investors, developers, and homeowners, building trust and creating value for your time and money. Join the movement. Partner with a brand that defines credibility in housing media. Housing TV Africa, your housing dreams come true. Watch Housing TV Africa on StarTimes Channel 149, your gateway to Africa's housing and construction world.
My name's Robert Hornsby with American Home Builders of West Africa. Keep watching Housing Development Program.
Indeed, the issue goes beyond enforcement. It's about policy consistency and communication between government and citizens. And that is why our next segment is timely. We revisit an insightful interview I had with Architect Musa Sada, former Minister of Mines and Steel, on how strong housing policies, not just projects, can close the gap in Nigeria's housing sector. Okay, now talking about the delivery system, you know urbanization is rapidly increasing in Nigeria. Yes. What measures can the government take to ensure urban housing remains accessible and affordable?
Yes, I think here I will surprise you to say that we also pay attention to rural housing. Because what are the causes of the explosion in the urban population and the need for housing in this thing is because of the push and pull of the 2 situations. People get excited about urban centers, the glitter and the rest of it, and then people want to run away from the gloom and gloom of the rural setting and so on. So if what they are running to the urban centers for is paid attention to in the rural areas, then a lot more people will prefer to stay at home than this. And of course, there are other social amenities that also make them health facilities, education, and the rest of it. So if you want to address the issue of urban housing, you have to as well address the issue of rural housing and rural economy, because people come into urban areas to find a living. And if there are chances for them in the urban areas, quite a number of them would remain there, and then the pressure on the urban centers would have been less.
Yeah, definitely. So let's look at the Nigerian housing deficit. Yes. It's estimated to be over 20 million units. Yes. So what strategies can effectively address this gap in the short term and also the long term this year, 2025?
Yes, I think in the short term, what is happening now, let's try as much as possible to build as many houses as we can. What governments are doing is right. What the private sector is doing is right. But then there must have to be some kind of dialogue between government and the private sector. Don't forget that for quite some time, government has been slowly withdrawing from housing delivery, moving into the regulatory aspect of it. Then they have an objective of social services and so on, while the private sector person wants return on his investment. There must be a dialogue between these two. There must be a time when government and the developers, the private developers, will have to sit down and find a common ground whereby the objective of the private entrepreneur and the objective of government is addressed. The only way you can get this done is through policy, which means a lot more attention needs to be paid to the policy aspects of it. No matter how many houses you build with the current speed, you talk of 20 million. So if you talk of 20 million, assume with all the efforts that the government can put, might not be able to build more than 100,000 in a year. So look at 20 million, look at 100,000. Where does it stop? So what government needs to do is to put on two caps.
Okay.
The first cap is, yes, encourage the availability of more houses. Yes, government can participate and build houses. But like I said, when they participate and build houses, they must have to address the delivery system.
I'm Debbie Erb. I work for OPIC in the United States, and keep watching the Affordable Housing Development Program.
Powerful insights there from Architect Musa Sada, reminding us that the key to solving Nigeria's housing deficit lies not only in construction, but in policy clarity, institutional strength, and long-term vision. Up next, we head to Durumi here in Abuja, a community that reflects the struggle of urban poor living on the edge of the capital city. Stay with us. Housing development continues after this short break.
2025 is almost coming to an end. It's been a year of growth, innovation, and resilience in Africa's housing and construction industry. The big question is, who are the real game changers of 2025? Who delivered the most housing projects? Who championed green and sustainable real estate design? Who stood out as a real estate development company of the year? Which mortgage bank has given out more mortgages the most to make home ownership possible? Now is the time to celebrate excellence. Nominate the Trailblazers, most innovative real estate company, affordable housing promoter of the year, housing finance institution of the year, female housing icon of the year, property media brand of the year, CEO of the year, housing and construction sector, young developer of the year, and many more. And yes, which governor deserves the title of housing-friendly governor of the year for policies and projects that made home ownership possible for more citizens? Your voice matters. Your nomination counts. Visit www.africahousingawards.com or send your nominations to africahousingawards@gmail.com. Africa Housing Awards 2025, celebrating excellence, innovation, and leadership in Africa's housing industry.
Welcome back now to our community housing segment, where I shine a spotlight on the less-seen corners of our cities. This week, my team visited Durumi, one of Abuja's most overlooked communities, to witness the living conditions and resilience of its residents.
The housing development team took a trip to Durumi village to see the living conditions of people in that district and also to have a dialogue with them. A resident who has been living there for the past 14 years complained about the repulsive smell and the dirty environment. He said the building where people stay were dilapidated and deteriorating. He pleaded for the intervention of the government to help better the standard of living for the people in the community. He pointed out that there were no hospitals and good healthcare systems, saying that pregnant women suffer a lot and there have been records of death.
I've been here for 14 years now. Before now, we were finding it very difficult, even breathing good air. You can see how the environment is. The government doesn't care about us. The houses, some of the houses here are so dilapidated that you wake up, the rooms will be smelling. So please, we need the presence of government in this place. The healthcare system, there is no hospital, no maternity home. When women, pregnant women, they suffer here a lot every day, trying to take some die on their way to the hospital. If you can look at the environment, look at gutter everywhere. We need the presence. There is no environmental presence here. We even employ them to be coming here to check how the standard of living is because it's very poor.
Another resident and a shop owner complained bitterly about the terrible conditions of the roads. He appealed to the government to give a helping hand for easy access roads.
I'm a resident of Durumi, and the most challenges we are facing here is the bad road. Like as you can see, some of the bad roads, like for example, they try to tie some places and leave some places untied. So that's a big challenge to us. We are begging the government if they can extend the helping hand, at least to help us to have a easy access road.
Mrs. Cecilia Danladi complained about the bad conditions of the access roads and the heat because of a lack of free flow of air.
Challenges we are facing here is that there's no good road, because when coming in and out, the road is not okay. You can see there are accidents on the road. These Okada people, when you climb, due to the road condition, the road is not okay. Even this one that we are managing is the man that built this house, that when he was building, he tried to make this way that we can have accessible road, but before it wasn't like this.
A resident of Durumi, Comrade Mark Mario, expressed his feelings complaining about the bad roads, unhealthy environment, the poor state of the houses built. And he further exclaimed that good housing should not be begged for because it's a human right to have a good condition of living.
I've lived here for 7 good years now. And talking about housing here, we are suffering. We are suffering, seriously. One room in this place is 72,000 naira. No good window, and even the house is built to the zinc. For me personally, I see it as we here, we are just surviving life. We are not living life at all. The environmental sanitation that we used to hear those days, every Saturday, is no more happening. What the government is just doing is going around extorting from us who are living in the environment without doing anything for us. So I am not saying I'm begging them to come and do for us. It's our right for them to come and build houses for us at a lower price.
And that's the story of life in Durumi village, the urban ghetto.
A visit to Durumi community reminds us that housing development must begin from the bottom. Every citizen deserves a safe and dignified place to live. When I return, our Market Watch segment takes us to Kugbo Market in Abuja, where traders share this week's update on building materials. Don't go away.
Let's go. Let's go.
Huh? What is it again?
Oga, and they drive this car, my mind no dey. My landlord is on my neck.
Your landlord again? I thought I have told you this before. Get a mortgage, register with NHF scheme, and get a home up front. What is so difficult about this?
Oga, I will do just that. See, I will shame that my landlord. Mortgage.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
This is Housing Development, and if you're just joining me on the program, we're exploring urban realities in Nigeria's housing sector, from demolition in Lagos to the struggles of the urban poor in Abuja. Up next, Market Watch from Kugbo to ascertain the prices of building materials.
Located along the Nyanya-Abuja Expressway, Kugbo Building Materials Market is one of the largest construction material hubs serving the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) and its neighboring state. The market is a bustling center where contractors, builders and homeowners source a wide range of materials from wood, iron rod to roofing sheet and cement.
These are the prices in Kugbo Building Materials Market in the month of October.
Wood 1x12, 2,200 naira current price, previously 2,100. Mahogany 4x12, 15,000 naira. Whitewood 4x12, 9,000 naira. Melina 4x12, 14,000 naira. Apontu 4x12, 8,000 naira for roofing. Before it was 7,000 naira. Roofing sheet, Ghana roofing sheet, 2 feet, wideness, length 8 feet, 0.20, 65,000 naira, 0.18, 60,000 naira, 0.15, 40,000 naira. Nails 3 and 4 inches are 24,000 naira per bag. 2 inches and 2.5 inches are 25,000 naira. Bandwidth wire 27,000 naira for 17 kg, 29,000 naira for 20 kg, 22,500 naira for 15 kg. Iron rod 10 mm 6,700 naira before it was 6,300 naira SEG. 12 mm 10,500 naira TMT. 12 mm 9,000 naira ordinary iron. 16 mm 15,500 naira SEG. 16 mm 9,000 naira. 8 mm 4,500 naira. Cement 9,800 naira current price before it was 9,300. Marine board 15 mm 22,000 naira. 18 mm 48,000 naira. Ceiling board POP design 8,500 naira. Plain one 7,500 naira. The operations and dynamics of the building materials market in Kugbo. Despite broader economic pressures, the market has managed to maintain relatively stable prices due to strong supply chain and healthy competition.
From Festac's demolitions to Durumi's realities and the policy insights from Architect Musa Sada, today's episode reminds us that the housing sector's future rests on good governance, fair enforcement and inclusive planning. Consistent policy and a shared sense of purpose will bring us closer to affordable housing for all Nigerians. As always, I am Flora, your housing diva. Thank you for watching Housing Development. Join me next week for another edition as I continue to build conversations that matters. Do have a lovely day.